Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Athearn Genesis gas turbine. This is a DC locomotive, and the tender here. Tenders by themselves MSRP for $99.98. These in DC, which is what we're reviewing, MSRP for $249.98. You can also get sound equipped versions out there, so be sure to check those out as well. But today we're taking a look at these. Because this is DC and my layout's really not designed to run just DC, there won't be any run by at the end of this, but we'll take a look at all the other specs. So let's get started right now. Alright, here's the box. It says gas turbine along the side here. Then you got the front. Again, this is a DC equipped model. So no sounds really to listen to, which makes this review fairly quick. You have the Genesis card here, limited warranty card. You've got a actual manual here. Gas turbine and U50 share the same manual, handling and maintenance, DCC and sound. Talks about CVs and the warranty information in the back. You get basically a rundown. If you want to pause that, you can read all about the prototype history, and I don't even have to do any editing. Parts in the back. Another page here with the exploded parts diagram, and the Athearn news flyer where you can sign up for their Facebook, YouTube, etc. But who has heard of YouTube after all? Because I sure haven't. So we've got the actual turbine here. We will unbox. Oh boy, that's heavy. Go ahead and push on this. Push pull, push pull. Usually a tight squeeze. Extra parts. Bag has ladders and stuff. For the purpose of this review, we will not be installing these parts. Turbine comes out. Reason it's the U50 and the turbine is because they share a chassis, similar chassis and design. I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Let's take a closer look. Alright, I forgot to unbox the tender for people who buy just the tender, so let's do that real quick. Genesis box again. Nothing surprising, same packaging and all that jazz. No extra spare parts or anything. And the tender pops out just like that. We've got this here. And it's wrapped in plastic nicely. And there you go, there's the tender. So now we'll take a closer look. Just forgot to get the tender out because I know some folks do buy the tender separately, so I wanted to make sure to unbox that as well. Okay, some quick detail to cover. You've got headlights here. I believe these are LED. So I think Athearn's starting to do some LEDs and things. You've got marker lights. You have the McHenry coupler up front, the front of it obviously with accessory hoses, coupler cut lever it looks like, or just a, maybe not, just a, yeah, coupler cut lever I think. Windshield with etched metal windshield wipers, horns with two different directions. In the side you have, inside you have cab interior detail, ladders would be installed here, nice truck detail, side fan grille detail, exhaust, all the roof detail there. Don't know a lot about these and didn't really have time to study because I'm going on a trip, so I'm doing a whole lot of reviews in short order here. You've got number 56 on the back, Union Pacific, and the Union Pacific Railroad logo is nice and clear. You have the ladder in the back, brake wheel, back safety tread stamped, walkways here, all separately applied grabs from what I can see. Crew access door back here, more grating along the side. Looks like to be etched metal and separately applied. So cab on the front as well. Cab entry access there. And when you look at the top, you've got a lot of nice detail there as well. So we'll swing this back around and take a look at the tender. All right, here's the rounded tenders that go with the gas turbine. You've got McHenry couplers, lights. I'm not sure if they're functional or not. We can check that out. Ladders, walkway platform with handrails that are plastic. You've got the nice truck detail along the side, Union Pacific, gray and yellow. That line looks pretty straight, pretty clear without any bleeding effects. Brake wheel on the back, UP on the back, another McHenry coupler, piping here, stairs, or ladders I should say, on each side, and a platform for the crew access, and more of the same on the other side. So we got the scale here, and we're going to take a check of the actual weight. It's actually going on the scale too. It looks like 1 pound, almost 12 ounces. 27.9 ounces, 790 grams, 0.790 kilograms. So almost 2 pounds, 1 3/4 pounds. If you add the tender, which likes to roll away a lot, you are actually over 2 pounds slightly. At 2 pounds, 0.1 ounces, 32.1 ounces, 910 grams, or 0.910 kilograms. So beefy setup here. Let's go and see how this operates in DC. Okay, normally in DCC, this is where we would start the speed steps, but I do want to let you know that speed steps in DC are a little different. It's just start voltage. It's voltage going from the track directly to the motor to power the motor. So it may not be as smooth as with DCC because it's just raw electricity going to power a motor. So I'm going to start the voltage increase very, very slowly. You'll be able to see it move, but that's probably why I'm going to call this an overview, because we don't really get to, go through the speed steps or anything. We're at 2.1 volts. Nothing's happening yet. 3. Oh, there we go. It's now operating in reverse. I need to switch direction. So it looks like, let's see here. Very smooth and very quiet still, but moving at 2.5 volts. 2.2 volts still moving. I'm trying to drop it to where it stops. Looks like it's going to stop at 2 volts there. So you can always increase it a lot. Get it to move. And switch directions here. We'll have it kind of zoom past you a little bit. It's 8.2 volts right there. And we just lost the tender, but that's okay. So I can't tell if those are incandescent or LED bulbs, but they're a little dull at lower voltages, which is to be expected on DC. This is loud, but the last thing I wanted to do was show you what the headlights look like. All the lights are class lights and marker lights and everything, headlights, all that are all on one, and that's what it is at about 9.5 volts. All right, when this would change directions rapidly, it kept leaving the tender, so I'm just checking KD coupler height, which I would have done anyway. Looks like it's dead on there, although it's kind of reluctant to let go. Check the front of the tender here. Also dead on. Check the back of the locomotive. Dead on. And the front of the locomotive also dead on. So good compliance with NMRA standards and the KD coupler height gauge. Well, that'll wrap it up for the Athearn gas turbine and tender. I hope you enjoyed the overview of these items. The only thing I could really find that I hadn't told you about throughout the video was the tender light doesn't work in reverse or anything, so that I don't believe there's a tender light in there at all. But overall, the light on higher voltage, it was about as bright as I showed you on video at the voltage I showed you. If I crank it all the way up to 13 volts, it was the same brightness from about 9 to 13 volts. So On DC, the headlight, marker lights, all the lights on the front are all one, obviously. There's no ability to control. With DCC, depending on if you put in your own decoder or the factory controlled decoder, or the factory installed decoder, you may be able to control lights separately, obviously, with functions like F5. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time right here on my channel. Take care.